in with some freight cars. One day, Thomas was at the junction when Gordon shuffled in with some freight cars. Phew, remarked Thomas. What a funny smell. Can you smell a smell? I can't smell a smell, said Annie. A funny, musty sort of smell, said Thomas. No one noticed it till you did, grunted Gordon. It must be yours. Not long ago, he had fallen into a dirty ditch. Thomas enjoyed teasing him about it. Annie, Clarabelle, do you know what I think it is? It's ditch water. Before Gordon could answer, Thomas puffed away.
I'm dead too. Back, Gordon.
Mama smelled her tubby toast.
Thomas smelled it too.
Tinky Winky was out for a walk when Tinky Winky smelled tubby toast as well.
It was out for a walk too.
Tubby toast! It smelled delicious. Oh, delicious.
James was enjoying his life on the island of Sodor, but he still had a lot to learn. You're a special mixed traffic engine, said Sir Topham Hatt. You can pull coaches or freight cars quite easily, but you must learn by your mistakes. James knew what Sir Topham Hatt meant. He could well remember that dreadful accident on his first day.
Day number 1.
Be careful with the coaches, James, said kind little Edward. They don't like being bumped. Everyone came to admire James. I'm a really splendid engine, he thought, and suddenly let off steam. A shower of water fell on Sir Topham's nice new top hat. Just then, the conductor blew his whistle, and James thought they had better go. Go on, he puffed to Edward. Don't push, replied Edward. The coaches were grumbling too.
Don't go faster than me. Don't go faster than me.
Fast. But James didn't listen. When at last they stopped at the next station, 2 coaches were beyond the platform. They had to go back to let the passengers out. But no one seemed to know about Sir Topham's new hat, so James felt happier. Presently they came to the station where Thomas was waiting with his 2 coaches.
And you Clarabelle.
Hello, James, said Thomas. Feeling better? That's right. Oh, that's my conductor's whistle. I must go. I don't know what Sir Topham Hatt would do without me to run this branch line.
That would be dangerous, said
Puffed
Thomas.
off importantly. Edward and James passed the field where James had had his accident. The fence was mended and the cows were back again. They ended their journey and rested before setting off for home. James was still wondering what Sir Topham would have to say about his new hat. spoke severely to James. If you can't behave, I shall take away your red coat and have you painted blue. James didn't like that at all.
Neither did
He
Thomas.
was very rough with the grumbling coaches as he brought them to the platform. Don't talk, come on, he called to them. Gordon never has to fetch his own coaches, he thought to himself, and he's only painted blue.
So Tinky Winky decided to go and have Tubby toast as well.
Thomas did too. Left the other engines. Left the other engines.
Tubby toast!
Left Gordon.
Tubby toast! Tubby toast!
This toast is not working properly, said Gordon. That's a mistake, said Gordon. Oh no, said Gordon. I don't know either, said Sir Tom and that.
Tubby toast!
Left Thomas. This toaster is having an accident, gasped Thomas. Gasped Thomas.
With a Tubby toast!
Gasped Gordon. Watch out, said Thomas. Gasped Thomas. That toaster had an accident. Thomas had an accident too. Laughed Thomas. Look at me, said Gordon.
Danger. Engines must not pass this board. Silly old board, thought Thomas. He had often tried to pass it, but had never succeeded. But this morning he had made a plan. The fireman went to throw the switch. Now for my plan, thought Thomas. Bumping the cars fiercely, he jerked his driver off the footplate and followed them into the siding. Come back, yelled his driver. Fire and smoke, said Thomas. I'm sunk. And he was. Oh dear, he said, I am a silly engine. And a very naughty one, too. I saw you, said Sir Topham Hatt. Please get me out. I won't do it again. I'm not sure. We can't lift you out with a crane. The ground's not firm enough. Let me see. I wonder if Gordon could pull you out. Yes, sir, said Thomas.
Excuse me, sir,
said
Gordon
just yet.
said Thomas.
Down a mine, is he? Ha, 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 laughed Gordon. What a joke. Boop, boop, little Thomas. We'll have you out in a couple of puffs. Strong cables were fastened between the two engines. Are you ready? Heave!
Gordon rescued Thomas from the mine.
It was a lot harder than they all thought, but at last Thomas was free. I'm sorry I was cheeky, said Thomas. That's all right, Thomas. You made me laugh, replied Gordon.
I'm sorry as well, too.
I'm in disgrace. So am I, said Thomas. One night, Henry and Gordon were alone with James. Although Sir Topham Hatt was beginning to think well of him, whenever a chance came, the other engines would talk of nothing but bootlaces. Remember when they had to use a bootlace to get you out of trouble, James? They would tease. James tried to get back by talking about Henry, who got shot up in the tunnel, and Gordon, who got stuck on a hill. But they wouldn't listen. You talk too much, little James, said Gordon. A fine, strong engine like me has something to talk about. I'm the only engine who can pull the express. When I'm not there, they need two engines. Think of that. I've pulled expresses for years and have never once lost my way. I seem to know the right line by instinct. Every wise engine knows, of course, that the signalman sets the switches to make the engines run on the right tracks. But Gordon was so proud he had forgotten. Wake up, James, said Gordon next morning. It's nearly time for the express.
It's express time,
What
said
are you
Gordon.
doing? Odd jobs? Oh, well, we all have to begin somewhere, don't we? Run along now and get my coaches. Don't be late. James went to get Gordon's coaches. They were all shining with lovely new paint. He was careful not to bump them, and they followed him smoothly into the station, singing happily, "We're going away, we're going away." I wish I was going with you, said James.
I would love to pull the express when they're driving along the line.
Gordon, with much noise and blowing of steam, got ready to back onto the train. Sir Topham Hatt was on the train with other important people, and as soon as they heard the conductor's whistle, Gordon started.
Oh, I heard it too.
Look at me now, he puffed, and the coaches glided after him. Poop, 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 poop. Goodbye, little James. See you tomorrow. James watched the train disappear and then went back to work. He pushed some freight cars into their proper sidings and went to fetch the coaches for another train. To make James even more cross, this time no one came near him. I'll show them, he thought. They think Gordon is the only engine who can pull coaches. Hurry, 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 puffed James. You're going too fast. You're going too fast.
Answered Andy and Clarabelle.
faster, but the coaches wouldn't let him. We're going to stop, they said. We're going to stop.
Left, Union Florida.
What's the matter? James asked his driver. The brakes are hauled on.
For fun.
Leak in the pipe, most likely. You've banged the coaches enough to make a leak in anything. How shall we mend it? Said the conductor. We'll do it with newspaper and a leather bootlace, replied the driver. Well, where is the bootlace coming from? Asked the conductor. Ask the passengers, said the driver. You have a leather bootlace there, I see, sir, said the conductor to a smartly dressed man. Please give it to me.
Sir Topham at 2.
There was Tubby toast all over the floor.
Henry 2.
There was Tubby toast all over the beds.
Gordon 2. Look at me, laughed the other engine. Laughed Thomas.
And there was Tubby toast all over Tinky Winky.
Then thought so too.
All over the Tinky Winky.
And James 2.
There was Tubby toast everywhere.
For the island of Sodor. For the island of Sodor.
There was lots of Tubby toast for Newton.
Thomas 2. This is right, said Thomas.
Lots of Tubby toast for Poe.
Henry 2.
Lots of Tubby toast for Mom.
Henry 2.
Lots of Tubby toast for Dipsy.
Gordon as well.
Lots of Tubby toast for Tinky Winky.
Gordon 2.
For Tinky Winky. There was even lots of Tubby toast for the rabbits.
Sir Topham at 2.
Lots of Tubby toast for everybody.
Afraid the train will just let the bootlace there, I see, sir, said the conductor to a smartly dressed man. Please give it to me. I won't, said the man. Then said the conductor, I'm afraid the train will just stop where it is. The passengers all said what a bad railway it was. Then they told the man how bad he was instead. Everyone was very cross. At last he handed his laces over. The driver tied a pad of newspaper tightly round the hole in the brake pipe. James was able to pull the train.
express cars and the grandstand cars as well. James was able to pull Annie and Clarabelle.
But he was a sadder and wiser James and took care never to bump coaches again.
James and Gordon are now good friends.